Okay, now let's do the town manager's report.
Certainly.
Are you thrilled?
I'm so thrilled. I'm not using any of those words now. All right, well, I'm happy to share that Tyngsborough has once again been accepted into the Commonwealth's Municipal Cybersecurity Awareness Grant Program. It's a great program we've participated in now at least 2 prior years, in addition to this one, and it provides direct education to our staff and anybody, frankly, that has a Tyngsborough MA email address. It helps incorporate realistic drills, so they send, fake phishing attempts, but also I think it really does a great job at reinforcing the caution that staff have to use when it comes to cybersecurity. So kudos to Tom for that. The Town Center Footbridge project is moving along nicely. Last week they installed the foundations for the observation deck and are looking to construct the deck this week. We also cleared a major hurdle with MassDOT last week. They had been applying vehicular bridge standards to our pedestrian bridge, way out of bounds. We've spent weeks fighting them on this. They've come around. They acknowledged last week that perhaps a 4-lane traffic bridge is different than our tiny pedestrian bridge, and so we've gotten the approval to move forward. We're still working with Time Bond to redesign the bridge abutments. We were originally planning on doing helical piles, but there's just too much stone and other debris down there. So Time Bond is looking at doing some more shallow foundations, which will reduce the cost, but also eliminate the challenges that we faced with the helical piles. So I expect to get a draft design, a redesign, if you will, at some point this week, and we're still totally on track to complete this by sometime late March, early April.
Same budget, you hope?
It is the same budget. We had a frank conversation with Time Bond. Our opinion is that Time Bond designed a project that didn't work, and so it's on them to design something that does work. And we've used Time Bond before. I have no reason to believe that they'll not honor that, but that's where it was. They did helical pile testing before they did the design and said it would work, and we drilled 14, and 1 worked. So not ideal. But yes, same budget, not asking for any money.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Fire Department and Assistant Chief Sands on being awarded a $19,000 grant from the Department of Fire Services through the Firefighter Equipment Grant. That will help them replace radio equipment. They've obtained funding through this grant program for the last 5 years. Some years they use it for equipment for the trucks. Some times they use it for the ambulance service. But we've been very successful with fire service grants. Last week, our Finance Director, David Andrews, and I met with the Bond Council to talk about the middle school borrowing and discuss plans for our final permanent bond. The good news is that we have several options and we're on track to not experience the first impact in terms of payments until fiscal 26. They're working as we speak to put together a couple different models for our review, but a big factor obviously will be the interest rates, and we don't want to move forward with the permanent borrowing in today's market, although we do have reason to believe that those will come down. So all positive news there. We've started working with Recreation Director Allison Page, who also I will note is celebrating 20 years with the town this week. So congratulations to Allison and to us. To design the future uses of the new clubhouse, which is located on the donated parcel of land on Sherburne Ave. We walked through the building last week with Paul Welcome. It is ready for us to accept. They've done a fantastic job, and included in the report are some of the photos that we took. There's a handful of very minor things they've got to address on the exterior of the building. All of it has to be done in the warmer weather, so before we recommend that you accept the building, we'll have a written agreement with them. They're aware of the issues. They pointed them out to us, and like I said, Paul Welcome has looked at it, and we don't have any major concerns. A lot of it's painting, honestly. I will have an update under new business, but once the open space parcel is ready for us to accept, the board is already authorized by town meeting to accept the deed. We'll take ownership, and then right now what we're talking about is what the use of that building will look like. We're thinking it'll be more of a community type use building, and obviously depending on what amenities end up there, we have a good idea right now. There may be some other storage uses for it. In probably the most exciting news of the day, the new town website launched today. It's fantastic. Big congratulations to IT Director Tom LaFlame, and I know Roni also had played a hand in designing it. Kat was on the design team as well. The website, I think, presents all the information that residents are looking for in a much more concise and clear way. Our last website did what we wanted it to do, but we outgrew it quite quickly. This comes with a lot of great new features. We're already looking at how we can implement those. One thing I did want to notice is that the agenda and minutes are going to appear a lot different on this website. That's what people look for the most. So you will now find all of the information for a meeting in the calendar. So if you go back to your January 29th calendar meeting or calendar event, you'll find your minutes tomorrow morning. And there's an agenda center and a minutes center, which connects it all. So the packet, the agenda, and the minutes will always be together, which will make looking for that information a lot easier. And we've moved almost all of your historical minutes and packets already onto this new website, so everything that you could possibly want is there. I did want to note that if you were previously subscribed to any of the lists on tyngsboroughma.gov, we've migrated those lists over, so you'll still be subscribed. You can visit the website at any time. There's a button prominently in the middle for you to amend your subscriptions. You can subscribe to new things or unsubscribe if you were feeling necessary. And finally, just a reminder that the Massachusetts presidential primary will take place on March 5th. The deadline to register vote is Saturday, February 24th. And again, we have a link prominently on the website, which will describe where you vote, how to vote, and also includes sample ballots. That is all that I have, Mr. Chair.
Why don't we go, I know Kat's been patient, so if you go through yours, and we can open up if anybody has questions or comments.
I only have a couple of things. Okay. As part of the development of our regional safety action plan called Greater Lowell Vision Zero, members of the public are encouraged to attend a virtual public forum on February 27th from 6 to 8 p.m. Our project consultant, WPS, will present our region's high injury crashes and high risk networks. Vision Zero plans to utilize a data-driven approach, emphasize equity, and present a shift from traditional transportation planning. The new strategy will emphasize a more human-centered approach that acknowledges that humans make mistakes and that we can make roads safer by improving design and planning for human error. So members of the public are encouraged to participate in the virtual meeting. They do ask that you register in advance. The link is included in the town manager's report, but it is also posted on news and alerts on the website as well. Unfortunately, it's a little too late to post a neighbor to neighbor at this point. And related, we are encouraging members to also submit or complete a survey that solicits feedback from the public on regional safety issues. The public can enter specific locations, add comments, and propose roadway improvements. Our consultant will use that data to inform project selection and propose roadway improvements for Tyngsborough and the region. The link is included in the report. It's not yet on the town website, but we'll be posting that soon. And that's all I have.
Excellent, thank you for the updates. I'll open it up to the board. Questions or comments? Anybody want to start? No, pretty thorough.
No
So
questions?
lots of stuff happening. And relative to the website, you did have on there that if people have comments, they can post it to the tech at tyngsboroughma.gov.
Yes.
Be working out the kinks but soliciting feedback from people just to, if you can't find something, that's where they should go.
Yes, and we'll also be working with IT to post tutorials, so some of the more frequently found things. The great thing about Civic Plus is they design almost every other municipality's website in the Commonwealth, so they are very intuitive, they're very easy to navigate, but we will be posting, we'll have a graphic specifically helping people find the meeting agendas, because it looks a little bit different, minutes and et cetera. So certainly tech at tyngsboroughma.gov help us make the website work for you.
Excellent. Any other? All right. Well, thank you. And folks, this will be on social media and it'll be on the website for the synopsis of your updates, which I find are helpful for people.
Mr. Chair, I totally forgot to give a late breaking update that I am thrilled to share.
Please.
Thanks to Roni, not only is the town manager update available in video form on YouTube, it is also now available as a podcast on Spotify and anywhere else that you listen to podcasts except for Amazon right now.
Okay.
So if you're bored driving, you've got a long commute, you want to listen to our voices, you can do that on Spotify now.
Excellent.
So thank you, Roni, if you're still back there.
High tech and
Yes.
just a tremendous service.
We
for
did
everybody.
just learn it is the highest subscribed to podcast on Spotify. But I was trying to be humble.
I have no doubt on that either. Excellent. Well, thank you for that late breaking update.